All right, everybody. Happy Tuesday night. It is our power hour. Thank you for coming on board. And as you can see, we have a special guest speaker. Y'all had to take notes just to prepare my intro for this rock star. Y'all, you guys know who we're going to listen to tonight. We're going to listen to superstar director Salidas from Canada. She's going to talk to us about recruiting. And you might be wondering why? What does she do? What does she know? Y'all, I made notes. These are my notes. She hasn't even been with Scentsy for 7 years. Her anniversary is not until January, so she's 6 years in. She's a top incentive earner globally. She has over 2,000 in her group. She has 260 frontline. I'm going to unmute you, Cass, so if you can correct me if I've got any of this wrong. If you haven't figured out already, get a pen and paper because you're going to want to write some of this stuff down. The motivation and the inspiration that you're about to hear tonight, that's why you're going to need a notebook. I'm going to keep going because I'm not done yet. She has recruited 80 people this year. She recruits about 21 a month. Her highest month was 34. That was on a $15 kit month, which is 20 in Canada. Amazing. And I just, honestly, when I hear the word hustle, I think of Cass. That's it. That's it. She goes and goes nonstop. She is just like the epitome of there's no excuses. This is my business, and unless I open up my mouth, I'm not running it. So without further ado, you guys, I'm going to turn the floor over to Cass. She is going to wow you guys with all she knows about recruiting, share her tips and her tools. So I'm going to put myself on mute and get my pen and paper ready so that we can listen to our guest speaker. Take it away.
Hi, guys. Can everybody hear me okay? Christina, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. You've got yourself muted, I see. Okay, so first I want to correct not average of 21 a month, but the most on a regular join month would be 21. It'd be anywhere from probably 3 to 10 if I had to average a month. So, and I do try to have less months when I have heavy months, if that makes sense, because I want to take time to train my new people. I do want to start off by telling a very important part of how my story started. So I started on January 23rd, 2013. I started for the mini testers. I had no idea where this was going to take me. I definitely did not think I would be sitting here home full time now with this business. At the time, Allie worked full time. I had a fashion business. We were very busy. We had very shortly after had a Cash for Gold store. So this was not in the books whatsoever. It wasn't until I attended my first reunion, and I tell this story almost every time I speak about anything because I think it's really important for people to connect with you through your story. I went to my very first reunion. I had a team of 9. I was about January, February, March, April, May, June, July. I was about 5.5 months into my business. And I heard Megan Clemens speak, who's a very good friend of mine now. And something really crazy happened around me. Hearing her speak numbers and Orville talk numbers and pay was totally inspired. And people around me were quite different than the feelings I was getting. I heard things like she was the first in Canada. She works at City Hall. Her husband's a lawyer. And I, in my brain, heard things like, she is a mom of 3. She is Canadian. I am Canadian. I think that was really when I started to believe it was possible. I remember hearing her speak income and looking at my husband at the time and saying, did this bee just say this amount, or did I hear her wrong? And I remember Orville's, as if he heard me, he had said, you heard that right. It was X amount of dollars. I can't remember the exact amount. And I just looked around and I thought, that was my light bulb moment. I know we say that a lot with attending reunion, you get a light bulb moment. I really think it's a true thing. That was my exact moment that I looked at Ali, I said, I'm going home, I'm working this business. If this beep can do this, I can do this. And those were my exact thoughts. I went home within 48 hours. I told her story to as many people that would hear me. I got on Facebook. I was just typing. I was like, this girl worked at City Hall. She's now retired. Her husband was a lawyer. She took him off his job. I just wanted to just shout from the rooftops. Within 48 hours, I recruited 9 people by telling that story. The kit was $119 Canadian. It didn't stop me from talking about the kit's perks and the amount that was the value of the kit. But really it was her story that I think got people to stop and listen to what I was saying. I want to say my belief changed my mindset. It changed my business. It changed probably a little bit of who I am. I didn't just post on Facebook about it. I was inboxing people. I was inboxing friends and family. And I was just saying, you have to hear this. This, lady is in Alberta and her husband. And I went on YouTube. I silently started stalking her on Facebook. We're now really good friends. So it kind of brings me back to that, if you haven't seen it, where Michael Phelps is in a picture with a young boy, and the boy is so excited to meet Michael Phelps. It's his idol, mentor, without knowing it. And I think it was the next Olympics. Correct me. Well, I guess you guys can't. It's either the next Olympics 4 years or the second 4-year Olympics, where he swam against Michael Phelps and he beat him. Either he beat him or he beat him, right? If I'm remembering the story. But anyway, I remember that picture and it really stood and stayed with me in my business, because I remember thinking anybody else being that young kid would have sat there and thought, there's no way in a few years am I able to beat Michael Phelps. And with his hard work, determination, showing up, and just his belief in his skill, he did. I'm pretty sure he did. Anyways, but if he didn't, just the fact that he was in the Olympics racing against him, period, was enough in my books. But I am pretty sure he did beat him. But that was kind of me, how I felt with Megan. I felt like this was my silent mentor. I had a team of 9. She had a team of 2,500. I wanted to be where she was. Had I left that reunion thinking there's no way I could get there, it would have been a lot different than me leaving with my belief mindset. So I wrote down, I have so many notes. I don't just have notes in front of me, but I also have my tablet with some notes on it. So I'm going to jump back and forth. So I apologize in advance. I'm a wing it type of person. But I didn't want to get on here and just blah. I chose to speak about sponsoring with you guys because a lot of people come to me on Facebook and say, I see you're recruiting all these people. How are you doing it? What are you doing besides showing up every day? You guys are seeing the obvious what I'm doing. I'm posting about fears. I'm excuse busting. I'm posting like as if I'm talking to somebody in my post. I'm posting and sharing my story. I'm posting and sharing not only my success, but other people's success. I think it's really, really important that people on your page see other people are winning too. They may see you as a director or a star consultant or whatever it might be, and they may see it as, oh, I know one person that's winning. That's you. They only know you. They might know a few consultants that are hobbyists. They're not seeing them post. They're not thinking of them when they think of Scentsy. They're thinking of you. So it's really important that you show them that there are other people winning, whether you want to share your team stories or you want to go on YouTube and share stories, or you want to share your upline, friends of yours within the business, maybe people in your town, I'm trying to think state, I guess, for you guys. Whatever it might be, it's really important that you share those stories. Sponsoring to me is just about asking. So I really do ask everybody. If I get an inbox for an order, someone says, look, I literally have bricks right next to me. So someone says, Cass, I really want to grab 2 bricks. And I go to shoot them a total 53 plus tax in Canada. I will, instead of that total, I will message back and go, girl, 2 bricks is $53. I have no problem placing your order for you, but are you really don't want to make money with Scentsy? Why don't we do this? Let's put this order into you. I'll help you place your first order. So one of 2 things are going to happen. We know that regardless, you have a $53 order, regardless. One of 2 things are going to happen. You're going to hear a no, which just means not right now, or you're going to hear, well, yeah, I guess if the kit's only $50 more, maybe I should do it. And then I'm going to fight back with, well, on your $53 order right away, you're going to save an extra $10. You're going to be, 1/5 away from a qualifying party. And if we get a few of your friends and family to buy some bricks, you've got your first qualifying party, you've got your first paycheck. Your kit is already worth 3 times the price, but you've got some of that money back. Now, I go further into the conversation. I keep it really simple. It's not like people say, what do you say next? Or do you have a script? I don't have a script. It's just, I'm their friend and I want to do them a favor. And that's always the way you need to be recruiting. So we know that the opportunity is worth more than the product or just earning some free stuff. And the fact that you're not being a good friend all the time, you're not being a good friend by not offering this to your friends and family and your customers. So every single customer I have, doesn't matter if it's my best customer, it's my twice a year customer, they have all been offered the opportunity 1,000 times, almost every time I talk to them. And even if they shoot me a message like, oh my God, I know you're away, you're on a trip, that's my in to have now another recruiting conversation with them. It does not matter what's going on. I will then say, yes, it's been amazing. I've been able to be on all these trips. And girl, I see, and I will then talk about their life. And I'll say, I see, you're working full time. I see that you're so busy with the kids, and I would love nothing more to help you to earn a trip. Have you given joining? Usually I don't say joining. I have to stop myself. So I will say, have you given it any more thought about making extra money with Scentsy? I never say, do you want to join my team? You will never hear those words come out of my mouth. It's not my team. They are not joining my business. This is their business. This is something they can do for extra income. So it's really, really important you take will you join my team? Do you want to join my team? I'm trying to get people to join my team. I need help with people joining my team. Don't say that. Don't even inbox them and ask if they want to join. Joining is scary. Joining a gym is scary. Joining a new car insurance or whatever it is, it always is scary to change something and to join something, right? So I always say, and usually this is the first thing when I get into a conversation with someone, I will say, they'll like, even if they like, if I post a post about bricks and everybody that likes it, I spend a good portion of my day on the days that I'm hungry, I say, the days that I'm really, really eager, I will spend a good portion of my day messaging those likes and say, hey girl, I saw you liked my Scentsy post. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a join, if it's a host, if it's a brick post, it does not matter. If they liked it, means they have interest in Scentsy. I will say, hey girl, I saw you liked my Scentsy post. Have you ever considered making extra money with Scentsy? That's it. That's all I say. And you would be so surprised how many people message me back with one of two answers. No, I haven't given it any thought. Can I have more information? Or I never get a no. I either get that or I actually have been thinking about it. And can you give me more information? Or how does it work? And then the questions start and the conversation flows. And you want to know something? I think 9 times out of 10, and I would probably say even higher than that, I gain interest from them. That turns into recruiting conversation, turns into them getting my thinking and joining group, turns into them being a recruit. So if you're not asking all the people that are liking your post, you're missing a huge opportunity to have a whole lot of conversations. And we know that, 1 in, 10 may join. So if you're being lazy, and laziness is your choice, and that could be what's hindering your recruiting right away. If you're making these posts on Facebook and you're using your business page, your personal page, your customer group, whatever it might be, and you're making posts and you're seeing likes and you're seeing comments, means that they took the time to either go like this on Facebook and go back up and like it, or they were scrolling and they were like, hey, yeah, I always see this girl. Let me shoot this a like. Well, that is your in to have a conversation. I promise you, start sending those messages. I would love to hear how it works. I know it works. So a lot of consultants I hear are scared to lose customers. I hear this all the time. They will say things like, I will have girls on my team do 2,000, 3,000, all the way to 5,000, 6,000 PRV months. And I will message them and I will say, hey girl, I see you every month. You are killing it. You are doing amazing in sales. And my biggest thing is, you didn't have recruits last month, but you did 5,000 PRV in sales. Can I ask why you didn't ask any of these people to join? Or I'll say, did you ask any of these people to join? And almost always they are saying no. I took the order, I put the order, and I did the party. I took the party. I never mentioned it. I didn't think they'd be interested. I don't think they'd be good at sales. You have to stop deciding for other people. It's not up to you to decide that they wouldn't be good at sales. It's not up to you to decide that they probably wouldn't be interested. You just need to ask. So quick little side story. I have a girl in my network, Christina Williams is her name. She's a complete rock star. About a year ago, maybe a little more than a year ago, maybe a year and like 2 months ago, I seen month after month, she had 4,000 to 5,000 PRV. So I messaged her and I reached out and I said, girl, you are killing the PRV every single month, but you don't have a team. You're a team of one. You could have promoted this month to Superstar Consulting. Had you had a team, I'm always running these reports and I'm always watching for reasons to reach out. And I said, you would have hit Superstar Consultant. You would have got a huge pay raise. You'd be one step from director. And she said, and it was crazy to me. She said, I didn't realize that recruiting did anything for my business. I didn't realize it made me any extra money. I'd never been told or taught about this. She had joined roughly at the same time as her sponsor, who didn't know any better, just signed her up because she wanted to join. And not that it was up to her, but really she just didn't speak about recruiting to her. The next month, Christina Williams recruited 8 people. Now, fast forward a few months later, she has a team of 40 people, or maybe a little bit less. She hits director. Fast forward a little bit further, she earns a trip. Fast forward a little bit further, she's in the top 100 of the entire company, and gets to choose from Switzerland and Mark Weiland and whatever they were at that time. She was in the top 100 with me. I've never seen anybody in my downline in the top 100 or 50 or anything like that. So I was super excited. I reached out to her again. I said, girl, aren't you glad you started recruiting? Now it's only about a year later. Christina has a network of about 150 people. She just promoted her first director. Had I not reached out and messaged her, I truly, truly believe she still has 4,000 to 5,000 PRV months. She's still recruiting. She's still now reinstating people. She's asking. I'm seeing her have recruiting conversations on her page. She's a complete rock star. She's in the US. She's in, I believe, Ohio. And you need to be running these reports. You need to be watching for these flags of reaching out. Not only to my top sellers do I reach out, to pretty much anything I see. If I see something like, I don't know, if I see people in their network that are doing really well, and I know that if they got their 500 in, it would help them. Just these little, if you don't know how to run a downline report, please reach out to your upline and ask, because it's very important that you do that, whether you have a team of 3 or you have a team of 100. You should be running them. You should be emailing. Off topic, but I definitely do send emails, at least 2 different sort of emails every single week, if not more. I always send like a you're active. I always send like you're in the top 50 in our group. I send you're halfway to promoting to this. Mass emails if you need to, if you want to click everybody. It's really, really important though. It's not only important you're recruiting, it's important that you duplicate what you're doing to your team. So if I were to be recruiting like I'm recruiting every single month, imagine, and I didn't have my team doing as I was doing, I would probably have, you know, my front line of 200 people, but I wouldn't definitely not have my group of 2,000. So it's really important with everything that's working for you, you turn around and share it. I say I don't teach my team ever. I don't think I teach them at all. I know that sounds so funny. I just share what I'm doing. I think that by sharing what you're doing that's working teaches them in a way that they're doing as you're doing instead of they're doing as you're telling them to do. I don't say, go do this if I've never done it. I might share an idea from another leader, but I definitely then say another leader shared this idea. I don't ever say this worked for me if I didn't do it. I just share what I'm doing and I say, I did this. I just inboxed all these people. It worked. You know, go try it. So it's really, really important that you're doing as you say. So consultants are super scared to lose customers, and trust me, you meet new people. I say it's like a cat chasing its own tail. I'm constantly like, new customers. Oh, do you want to join? Oh, you want to join? Okay, you're on my team. Oh, new customers. Do you want to join? Okay, you're on my team. Oh, and it's just a circle. And you know what? I probably only ever max have about 100 customers in my customer group. I'm always trying to recruit, even from the day they start. I had a girl message me about bulbs. She said, do you have any bulbs in stock? And I said, yeah, I do, but I'm in Amherstburg, and you're pretty far. I would give you my website, but I'd hate for you to pay $9 shipping. Can I find you someone a little bit closer to you? And she said, yeah, sure, I would love that. And I said, why don't you just join? Because then you can be the person in that area. I'm not kidding you. She joined that night. I could have given her up. I could have pushed her to someone else. I could have just said, beat it. You live 45 minutes from me. You know, I'm not going to bring you a bulb. Mind you, yeah, I'm not going to drive almost an hour. Not saying you shouldn't, but I just don't, because I have kids and whatnot. But I will definitely hook them with another consultant in their area. But then I turned into a recruiting conversation, and she joined anyway. And I thought, sweet. I got her bulbs through somebody else anyways. I just had paid them online and had them drop them off because she was about a street over, and my new recruit was all signed up, and we were good to go. So don't waste those opportunities, even on small conversations, to then turn it into a recruiting conversation. We know Scentsy teaches us to buy, host, join, and I can't remember who said this. It might have been Jennifer Audette a long time ago. It stuck in my mind. She said, you need to flip that to join, host, buy. If they're not interested in joining, at least try to get them to host. And if they're not interested in hosted, you're getting the order regardless, right? So at least try. We know that continuing to network is how we're going to get customers. We know that posting on Facebook is one thing, but one thing that's not talked about a lot is building your audience, which I'm going to talk about. You're securing not only new customers, but now by building a team, you're building residual income. So you really need to get comfortable, and even if you're uncomfortable, talking about Scentsy. We know that network marketing is the business model of the future, and if you're not talking about that online, you need to be. We know that everything is going to online. We see these big businesses going off. We know that eventually everything's going to be online. Even groceries can be ordered now and picked up. So that's a huge, that's a huge thing to be talking about online. Sharing what you love, we know, and how happy you are, and others will want to follow. If you don't have a thinking a joining group, you definitely need to get one. It's really important that you have a spot where you're posting. I know people say, what's the difference? I post recruiting stuff on my main page. The difference is they get notification when you post. On your home personal page or your business page, not always will they see it. And if they do, they might get it when you're not online, when they're not online. Building your audience is really, really important. That's where your business page comes into play. So I always tell my group, they say, what's better, a group, a business page, or my personal page? And I say they all serve a different purpose. Your business page is only for business and maybe sometimes personal things with you and your kids, opening orders and cute stuff where your kids are holding Scentsy, or maybe they're excited for a trip through Scentsy or whatever. You're thinking of joining group is really important because you've got all these people in one spot where you're posting about joining, and they're always getting the information there you're posting because they're getting notifications. And you can see the seen by, you know, how many people, and you can click and it tells you who's seen it. So you can even message them and say, hey, I just posted about this and I saw that you've seen it. Did you have any questions? I bet you're not doing that. I bet you're never messaging those seen by people. And then your business page is to meet new people. So if you have a business page, you're asking your friends and family to like it. Okay, sure, they've done that. You're asking them to share it. Okay, sure, they've done that probably maybe every week for you if you're asking. If you're not asking, that's not getting shared, so start asking. And the next thing is about boosting posts. If you're boosting posts, and whether it's in your country or in other countries, that's how you're going to build your client base. It's really, really important that you don't get yourself in debt with this. If this is something you can't afford to do, then do not do it. If you want to set a budget of, say, $5 even a week and do it, this is where you're going to meet new people. Now, my personal page goes something like this. I always have around 5,000 people now, but that was very different than from when I started. I think I had 116 people when I started. I'm constantly getting new people on my business, on my personal page, because I want to build a connection with them enough that I can have a conversation with them. You cannot do that through your business page. And if they're liking and commenting on your business page posts and you're just answering them there and saying things like, I don't want to add them, I don't know them, I don't want them to see my personal business, I'm really picky with who gets on my personal page, you're doing yourself and your business a disservice. Nobody is out to get you. Nobody is out to get on your personal page and see pictures of you and what. I mean, okay, be cautious if people from, you know, really weird countries where we're not in are adding or trying to add you, or you don't want to add them. But if you see, you know, people that you think, okay, this girl looks cool, I'm going to add her. I'm going to go through, I go through the likes. If there's 100 likes, I probably only add about 30 to 40 people of them. It's not because I'm lazy. It's because I'm selective on who I think their business page or their personal page is built. They have, you know, a couple hundred people, maybe a couple thousand people excite me because I'm all like, yeah, let me get this girl on my team because she's got thousands of people on Facebook she can sell to. So it's, I know whatever that sounds like, you're being super selective, but yeah, be super selective. But definitely add people off your business page. That's how you're going to increase your audience. And a bigger audience means you're speaking to more people as you're talking on Facebook, which means you're hitting more people, which means you're going to have more messages saying things like, hey, and I get these messages all the time. I always see you posting about this Scentsy. And like people say this, I'm like, oh, you've never heard of it? And I'll say, yeah, this is what me and my husband do. We're home full time now. It's been amazing. We've traveled all over the world. At one point we filed bankruptcy. We were super broke. It's completely changed our lives. Do you have any questions? I might not say that all in the first breath, but that's somewhat of what I say in the first few minutes of speaking to them, because I want them to know how real this can be in their lives. And then I say we have loads of people that are just hobbyists. We have people that do it part-time. It doesn't matter what your interest is in it. It's definitely a perk to do it, even if you want to get a discount, if you want to earn some free stuff. These are probably all conversations you're having, so I'll move along. The starter kit is a huge value. It is a great selling point. If you even have somebody that's about to spend $50 with you, I want the next message you send them to be, hey, Sarah, so I just added up your order, and guess what? We have a super awesome kit right now. It is amazing. It's worth 300 and whatever in the US. I think it's like 406 Canadian. And it's only $50 more than what you're about to spend. It's worth $375 and it's only $50 more than you're about to spend. I'll totally do your brick order for you if you want me to, but for $50 more, you're going to get a warmer, washer with some counter clean. And I start listing off all the stuff. I usually copy and paste it from my website or it's in my notes now, but, and that's my next post to them is the starter kit. The starter kit is a great value alone. We know that the selling point is huge. You need to talk about it, not only to your team, but to all your customers. The more you're explaining that and you're explaining how supportive your team is and how it's such an amazing community to be part of, this person already feels like they are a little bit closer to you, but they already feel like they're part of your customer. They already feel like they are your customer. I mean, they already feel like they're part of your business page because you've put this, you've planted this seed with them. And that's why I always name my team on Facebook. I always talk about Flameless Rockstars. I want people to know what our team is about. I want them to see that I'm always there and supporting them. And usually a conversation, once it starts going with the potential, goes something like this. I actually see all your posts. I see how many people you help. Every day I see your posts. And I think it's so cool that all these moms are doing this from home. I've had things like, I've had people message me and just go, you know, I keep watching and I keep debating, and then I see you help someone else new and I see how well they do, and I'm ready. And I will write back and go, oh my God, I am so excited for you. Yay. So when did you want to do it? I don't leave room for questions. I don't leave room for, okay, think about it. We know the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from Mel Robbins. If they don't act within 5 seconds, they're going to find, your brain actually does find a way to convince you against it, right? So I go straight to it. I do talk about the perks of them being able to work out of a coffee shop, being out of country from their couch. Just as long as they have Wi-Fi, that's all that they need. I usually close with a compliment, but I usually close with a question also. I usually say something like, I could so see you doing this. You would be amazing. I can already tell you love the Scentsy products. And just with sharing the products, you would be able to make money. So what do you think? Are you ready to make money with Scentsy? Something like that. It doesn't sound as crazy when you type it as just the way I said it. It sounds super staged, right? So of course, if you're in person, you're going to leave them with a possibility package. We know that sponsoring is all about getting the products into their hands. So with the possibility packet, be sure to add some samples, or maybe you want to gift them a travel tin or a scent pack or something to just have Scentsy with them. I've had people join just for me giving them a bar of Luna and sugar, blueberry cheesecake. There's like 3 of the ones I've given where I've had someone say, oh my God, this smells so good. I can't believe how amazing Scentsy is or how strong it is. My friends and family were smelling and they already want to buy. I already have like 3 people that want to buy just based on this bar or travel tin or whatever you might have gave them. I almost always have that conversation shortly after. So we know that bag parties are super important. If people are too busy for home parties, bag parties are where you're getting Scentsy into their hands and their homes and with their friends and their family. I call them my working girls. They're out, they're working the street. I'm not with them. They're, you know, prancing in their little bags. I just went on AliExpress and bought some clear bags. I think it might have been, maybe it was Chloe or Jennifer Anderson, I can't remember which one, posted some clear bags and everything was seen through. And I thought, oh my God, that is so smart. I want clear bags. I want my customers out with these clear bags and I want them to get stopped. I want them to be walking into work and someone to say, oh my God, what's in your bag? Is that Scentsy? Is that a Scentsy bar? Can I smell that? Is that testers? I want those conversations to take place. So clear bags have already been ordered. Okay, so that just goes on for my bag party and that's pretty much it. I did write a few things. Obviously, we know that this business, kind of not so much, that was mostly it on sponsoring, but we know that this business is if you rise the boats under you. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold, so I wasn't sure how my voice would be, but I'm still super stuffed up. We know that it's really important, and we know that the only way to win in this business is to rise the people under you. I read a quote when I started, and I think my SSD April was the one who posted it, and it said, if you help enough people in this world get what they want, you will most certainly get what you want. Now, I think it's by Zig Ziglar, probably said his name all wrong, and I love that. It totally stuck with me in my business. And the reason being is because so often in direct sales, do you see people try to go far and they try to run to the finish line and they try to do it alone. And I don't mean Scentsy because we're not like that. It's such a family culture. I mean, other companies, which I'm not going to list. And you see top sellers and you see the excitement of them going on trips, but you also see the money and you see the stuff they can afford and you see all those things. And with Scentsy, I feel like that's not what we're about. I feel like we are about rising and helping each other. Just for example, me being on this team call. So I know that it's really, really important. And I know that the biggest part of why and how I've built my business is by rising boats, whether that's reaching out, just telling someone in your downline. Doesn't matter if it's your front line. I hear a lot of leaders say, work with your front line and what you do will trickle down. Nope, not that. I will never say that. Nope. Work from the bottom and everything will rise. If you're working with your 5th, 6th, 7th gen, and I don't mean train them. I don't expect you to go on and help them place all their orders and go to their house. Nothing like that. Just being there to cheer them on. Oh my God, girl, I just saw you had a 1,200 PRV order. That is amazing. I wanted to reach out. Or I just saw yesterday, you were set to term and now you have 400 PRV. Way to go. I can't wait to see what you do this fall. You would be so surprised by how many people will message you back with, oh my God, thank you. And then I see a post go up. My SSD wrote little old me. She cared enough to reach out to me. I feel so special. Special creates a culture that they do not want to leave. Okay. Special creates a confidence, which they then in turn have in their business. Confidence creates a successful business, which then creates a successful business for you. So I know this might sound like everything I'm saying to do about rising is to help you. This is a business at the end of the day, but you are helping them genuinely to help them. We just know that all boats will rise by you helping people underneath you. So the emails that I send are something like this. You're in the top 50 in sales out of 2,000 plus people in our group. That it goes for all of Canada, USA, the UK, New Zealand, Australia, wherever we have teammates, I add into that. And I say that also includes leaders. I am so proud of you. I cannot wait to see what else you do this fall. I've had more people email back with, oh my God, yay. Thank you so much. Oh, this motivates me even more. This makes me so excited to see what I can do next month. Constantly asked to post the top sellers in my customer group. So it's really, really important. We know that work recognized is work repeated. So it's really important that recognition is a huge part. And I don't care if you have a team of 3 or you have a team of 50, send the messages regardless. I do hear a lot, I'm scared to post too much. I don't want to make people mad. I don't want people to unfriend me. Hold on. And funny story. A couple months into Scentsy, my brother unfriends me on Facebook. My brother, my own brother. He was tired of all my posts. He said, you're my entire homepage. All I see is Scentsy. And if I want it, I know I can text or call you. I talk to you outside of Facebook, but sorry, I'm going to unfriend you. And I said, that's okay. My posts aren't for you anyways. And you are my brother. I'll talk to you outside of Facebook. Now, let me tell you, I could have took that a different way. I could have then said, hey, let me get you back on Facebook. I'm not going to post as much. I'm going to, work my business elsewise. I'm just going to make a business page and only post there. No freaking way. Can you imagine how many less people I would have signed up? Can you imagine how many less people I would have on my team today if I worried what even my own brother thought about me posting on Facebook? I promise you, what the people that are getting upset, they weren't your customers to begin with. They maybe are family and friends outside of Scentsy, but they weren't going to purchase off you anyways. There's far worse things on Facebook than you hustling to feed your family for them to get upset about. And I swear to you, and I promise you, when they go to make a post on Facebook, they're not going, I wonder if my post is going to bug Christina. I was going to post about the basketball game all night. I've got like 7 posts ready, but you know what? Christina's probably going to be totally annoyed by my 7 basketball posts, so I'm not going to make them. No, they do not give a shit. I promise you. So you need to stop worrying about what other people think. You need to get on, and I'm telling you, your personal page. I know people say don't post on your personal page and only do it on your business page, but they're wrong. They're wrong, and I'm living proof of that they're wrong. These people that are on your personal page know you. And if they unfollow you, they weren't going to purchase of you anyway. And guess what? They're on Facebook too much. If people are messaging you and they're annoyed you're posting too much, it's because they're on Facebook too much. Because different people are on all day, and the people that are only checking once or twice a day, they don't see your posts. They don't. And here's an example. The $20 join month, $15 for you guys. I must have posted 7 to 8 million times a day, roughly. It just, an average, just throwing out a number. And I had people the last week of the month tell me, oh my God, I wish I would have known it was only $20 to join this month. I was like, are you for real? You didn't know? It was like I couldn't say that, but I was like, oh my God, girl, I'm so sorry you missed my 8,000 posts a day. And I literally said that. And I was like, do you follow me? Are you following me on Facebook? And they said, well, I only really check Facebook once or twice a day. Someone else said, I only really get on it every couple days. I'm busy with the family. But guess what? You don't know that because you think they're on Facebook as much as you're on Facebook. And most people aren't. If they're not working a business, they're only checking in here or there. My husband's a perfect example. He checks it maybe once or twice a day. He scrolls for a few minutes. He posts something funny to someone. He gets off and goes about his day. They're not me and you. They're not checking every couple minutes to make sure, their notifications are orders or their inbox isn't going crazy with teammates, whatever. You can do this on a big level. I promise you can. You need to believe it with your whole being. You need to believe it with everything in you that you can do this. And if you're in your head and you're saying things like, I can't do this, she did it because she started in 2008, and she did it because she started in 2013. Guess what? I had people say that to me. In 2013, people told me there's 220,000 consultants in Scentsy cast. Don't waste your time. This is what they told me, my friends. They're not really my friends, obviously. They were trying to talk me out of something great, and not because they didn't think I could do it. It's because they thought they couldn't do it. Okay? There is a huge difference, and you need to stop letting people get in your head. It doesn't matter if it's now, right now, and it doesn't matter if it was 2008. It doesn't matter if it was 2013. It's not about when you join, and I'm proof of that. It's about what you do with it when you join. I joined in 2013. Within 2 years, I hit superstar director. I was waking 2 hours early every day. I was staying up 2 hours later. I was working about 16 hours a day in my business. I'm just telling you so you know. It's not like I got lucky. I didn't just sign some magical recruit. I didn't, because you hear things like this, you know, it didn't work like that. I didn't even have my first director till probably, I don't know, over a year and a half. I got my second director at 2 years. And then all of a sudden, by that next summer, we were already hitting SSD numbers for a year, about a year in. And that next summer, bam, I had 4 hit director that month. And then ever since, I kind of just got the gist of it, you know. But it did take me forever to get my first director. It felt like forever. And it took me my 2-year mark to get my second director to hit SD. And I thought, okay, well, I'll make SSD my 5-year plan. And then I thought, no, that was never it was never my 5-year plan. It was my 2 to 3 year plan. When I first wrote it down, I wanted to hit superstar director by my 3rd year. So I did hit it at 2 years, and I don't know, I hit it in August and I joined January. So 2.5 years. You need to sit down and you need to think about your why. Why are you doing this? Is it so you can get free stuff? If that's all it is, you wouldn't be on this call. Is it so that you can make an extra $500 a month? That's cool, $500 a month. But that $500 a month, by next month, when you make the $500, then you need to change it to $1,000 a month, and then you need to keep changing it. And if your why is so you can be home full time, then you need to work like you want to be home full time. Freedom isn't going to come, you know, easy. It's not, you're not just going to sign someone and you're just going to ride the wave of some amazing recruit you get. It's just not going to happen. You need to get up, you need to work, you need to show me, Christina, your family, your friends, your brother who unfriended you 2 weeks into your business, whoever it is, you need to show them. Guess what? A month later, maybe a month later, or maybe a couple months later, guess who's adding me on Facebook again? My brother. Guess who sat pending on Facebook? My brother. Because guess what I was missing on his Facebook? His sports posts and stuff that was irrelevant to me. Maybe things he wasn't thinking that I didn't want to see all day, every day, right? So there is a difference. All these things and what you're doing this for, this is your life, and you need to stop being afraid. You need to stop worrying about what Sarah from grade school thinks about your business and what your cousin on your Facebook that's from out of town is going to see you posting. You need to stop thinking about all that. It's really, really important that within this business you're doing somehow, oh, it's Charity just wrote something. I'm like, somehow my brother got in the chat and threw me right off, but I think she just tagged my brother's name. Hilarious. So you need to not be afraid. And you know what's crazy about all of this is most people think that they're afraid of failure, and you're not. You're super afraid to succeed. Is that the way to even say that? Afraid? Scared? You're scared. You're scared of success, and I know because I was too. I was scared. I said stupid things like, what will I do when I make $10,000 a month? Like, will I become a drug addict? Like, will I, spend stupidly? Will I, have some sort of crazy addiction? Like, I thought all these things. I know it sounds stupid, but I really did. I was really scared to succeed. So if I was scared to succeed, I promise that you're probably scared more of success than you are of failure, because you're scared of what comes with it. You're scared of helping a big team. You're scared of all these things for no reason. No reason, because there's nothing to be scared of. When you get there, you see that. So just know now that I'm telling you. So when you do get there, you go, Cass told me that. I was waking early. I was staying up late. I wasn't going to chill till I hit SSD, and that was the plan. It wasn't until I was making $10,000 a month, and then when I made the 10,000, it wasn't until I was making 15,000 a month, and then when I hit that, it wasn't until I had new goals till I started making 20 in the fall months, and then this last fall, I made an extra goal and hit it. So there is no excuses. If you want to set new goals, you have to set the new goals, and you have to go after it with everything in you. You have to stop saying I can't because ... I hear I can't because ... I hear everything. As soon as I hear that, I usually terminate the conversation with something like, you can actually do this, but you're not going to be able to until you stop saying you can't. It is a huge, tough love. If you do not have a morning routine, you need to start getting a morning routine, because it doesn't matter really what time you wake up. People will tell you have to wake up at 5 to have success, 6, 7, you hear all these things. It does not matter what time you wake up, okay? It doesn't matter if you wake up at 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the day. I promise you it doesn't, as long as you have a routine. And if you don't have a routine, you're gonna wake up every day stressed out. You're gonna wake up every day behind. You're gonna say things midday to night to your husband like, I have all this Scentsy work to do. I know, because it still happens to me when I don't do my routine. If you wake up with the routine and you dictate your day is not going to dictate you. You're not going to get on Facebook and just get dragged along and just answering questions and playing and laughing. And we all get, into that black hole sometimes. It doesn't need to be hours, even if it's just 10 minutes. It just needs to work for your life. So I constantly say this. It's not about having all these great ideas and then doing some of them. You're better to just have one great idea if you're just going to do one great idea every day. And it doesn't need to be an hour, 2, 3 hours of routine every day. It can be something like 10 minutes. So my routine now is about 30 minutes almost every day, whether it's in my office or it's sitting, having breakfast. And my routine every day is to do the things that I don't really want to do, but need to do that day. And I get them done right away. Not only do I feel super accomplished, I'm not like a huge procrastinator like I do in the days I don't do those things. I always get more done on those days. I'm always far more productive. And then I want to push to see how much I can get done that day. So if you don't have a routine, I really strongly encourage you to get one. And if you work full time, it doesn't need to look something like wake up at 5 and go to the gym and then go for a run and then do yoga. And then like, that's not real life shit. Okay. That's like just, I don't know. Those are like people that don't have kids and busy schedules. Your schedule needs to look like something like this. And if you want to include exercise, amazing. It needs to look like something like this. 15 minutes of hard stuff, whether it's follow-up or reaching out to your team. 15-minute workout, that's all I do is a 15-minute workout. It doesn't get done some days. On my days, I don't have a routine, but on the days I do, I feel great. It's a 15-minute of just target stuff of where I want to look and feel better. And then it can be small things like on my lunch break, I'm going to deliver to 2 people, or I'm going to drop off a bag party because not me, but someone that works full time needs to fit it in. Okay. It just needs to work in your life. It doesn't need to work for Christina and me the same. It doesn't need to work for me and you the same. It just needs to work for you. Okay. So you need to sit down and look for empty window opportunities to fit these things in. It can be while your kid's at soccer, you're going to do all your thank you cards for your online customers. It can be while you're waiting for your kids, if you pick them up from school every day, you're going to staple or sticker some scent circles with your labels. If you're busy, this is what this looks like, fitting it in. If you work every day from 9 to 5, then it means you have, and I know you guys have heard this saying, it means you have from 5 to 9 to change that. And if you're saying I work and I'm tired and I get home and you're not working on your business, and you're giving an employer 8 hours of your day and you're not even giving your business 8 minutes, then you're never going to get to where you want to be with your business. You're never going to be able to say, and I hate saying it like that, it sounds so aggressive, but you're not going to be able to do the things you want to do and have the freedom that you want to have. So, and freedom looks like a lot of things. Freedom can be going part-time at your job. Freedom can be going down to 4 days instead of 5. Freedom can be taking an extra 2 weeks off every year. You don't need to say, I want to just quit my job and be home full time. Not everybody wants that. Let's be realistic. Maybe you just want to be able to take your daughter to dance every Thursday and your work schedule conflicts, so your babysitter has to do it or your husband has to do it and you want to do it. So maybe you want to make enough money just to be able to take that Thursday off and bring her to dance. Freedom is lots of things to lots of people, and it means something different. And I don't think I've ever spoke so long all in a row like that, but yeah, that's basically it.
Cass, I have to count my pages of notes. I don't know about anybody else. I have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Damn, I did good if I taught you some stuff.
8 pages of notes.
Yay.
You know me, we went to your retreat in Canada and I was note girl. Every time you talk, I can just suck in everything that you say and ideas just start flowing and one thing leads to another. And I can't even say thank you enough for taking the time out from the kids, Allie, the family, dinner. I know you're tired. You have your own, rocking business, but you came on here and almost gave us an hour of your time. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Would love to open it up for Q&A. If anybody has any questions for Cass, anything that she talked about, anything that you want to have clarified, or just say anything to her, raise your hand up or unmute your line. I see that we have Ashley who wants to go ahead and ask a question. For those of you that are...
Hi, Ashley.
I've learned that
Go ahead, Ashley.
I have to have at least one of these because I did it the first one we did. I missed it with Lisa. And so I literally have to write one down for every person. And one of my biggest things is my biggest struggle is sponsor in recruiting. I think that recruiting conversation, and from what I gather, from what you have given to us, is that you know your stuff. I mean, when people are saying, this is how much this costs, this is where this would actually be an asset to you or an advantage for you to do these things. So I guess my question is, if you had to pick maybe a couple direct resources that you would tell somebody like myself that would maybe not have all that knowledge already to kind of dig into, where would those resources, or what would those resources be that would be most helpful?
So as in like pricing, or as in...
So I had, from my notes, like one of the things that you were talking about was you had like the kit amounts, about how much the kit amounts were, what were in them. And I know a lot of that's on the training station. But as far as like starting your own business and converting that into, I guess the details that you use to convert that into an advantage for them.
Okay. So all I did was a long time ago with the kit is so if you go to your join link on your website and you click join and pretend you're actually joining, it tells you everything that's in the kit currently with a picture. I know that's also on the workstation, but that's my best way to just do it quick. And now I have it written that I know the Canadian kit's worth $406. But what I did was I just wrote down everything that was in there, and I took a catalog and I just wrote down wash your wrist, this much, this warmer, $40, this much. And then if someone was about to buy a warmer for $40, wash your whiffs and say a counter clean, I would say, hey, you're about to pay, it's only $20 more. It usually takes me a minute each time because their order is a little bit different. But if you know the kit's $99 plus tax, you can easily, if they have an order for $60, you can just say for an extra $40, you can get all of this. And I usually send them a picture and say, so instead of this for $60, wouldn't you want all this for $100 and a lifetime discount and chance to, make some income and free and half price stuff? Whenever, and then the simple answer is this, whenever I'm talking to anybody, I always make it about them. I always make what's their best interest. I want to help them the way I would want to be helped. I wouldn't want someone to just want to take my $100 order and not tell me about a kit that's $129. Like I would just kit out. You know, if there was a kit for Epicure and I was going to spend $150 and she turned around and said to me, hey, there's a kit for 110, I would just kidnap and buy the kit. But if we know with our business, if we get them to kidnap, there's a chance, because there's lots of SSDs that are kidnappers or were kidnappers, there's a chance they may stay and do something.
Mhm.
So it's, I would say your website and a catalog is probably the best resource.
For this. Okay. So Isla, thank you very much. And
You're
maybe
welcome.
a suggestion. You mentioned the word excuse buster. I would love even if it is a snippet or a page or a something that was, and I know I can find some random ones, but those ones are, I think, coming from somebody like yourself, that would be helpful for me to have those excuse busters that are like written out. So that may be something just for you to think about, because I think that's something that really hit home with me on the point of saying, you know, this is why this would be better, or this would be.
I have that. I have that all written out, and I'll
There you
inbox
go.
it to Christina and she can post it to the team page.
Awesome.
And it looks something like this. Oh, I can't do this because I have kids. What I say to that, oh my God, you have kids. Kids are such great help. They love to do this with you. It's well written, so I'm not going to ruin it right now, but I do have this. And at the end it says, what if one opportunity could change your life? How will you know if you never try? But I did excuse bust all the five or six main excuses. So I'll inbox that to Christina after the call, and then she can put it in the team page for you guys.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have any questions for Cass? We're coming up on about 4 minutes until the hour. And if not, I just want to again say thank you, Cass. Thank you for everybody that came on tonight. Those of you that are listening to the recording, thank you for that as well. It was a wealth of information. I might even have to re-listen to it just to absorb and make sure that I didn't miss anything. You were just a true rock star. Hustle, just positivity. I mean, you truly don't take no, and you bust every excuse. And it's so motivating. It's so inspiring. And I hope that everybody who had a chance to have a little bit of these nuggets that you gave us tonight can take at least one. I know they're going to take way more than one of these items and use it in their business and help them grow and succeed and be a rock star just like you.
Yay, I hope so too. I want to hear some people come to you or to me after this in a month or 2 months or 5 months and say, oh my God, I tried this and now I'm here and I did this, I earned the trip, because I promise you guys it's possible. I promise you, I watch newbies start on our team all the time, and within a few months, they're hitting director. I had people on a list for next spring to hit director that hit last month. We had 8 new directors last month. 7 new directors and 2 star directors last month. And a few of them are so new that I'm scared for them to be directors already, because they're just almost babies to be already in that leadership role. I know it'll come with time. They're already obviously leading their teams, or they wouldn't be directors. So know that this is so possible. I think it's Kelly Tenney just shared a new director that reinstated. She reinstated, recruited 21 people, and within 60 days she hit director.
Oh, that's
Can you believe
awesome.
that? That's amazing. And doesn't that give you
Wow.
hope? If right now you might sit with, like I said, I had a team of 9. I remember telling my SSD at that reunion, I'm going to be a director by September. And she put her hand on my shoulder and she said, sure, Cass. Okay, yeah, yeah. And I had a team of 9, and I know she thought I was crazy. And I said, no, girl, like, you didn't hear me. I said, I'm going to be a director in September. And I did. I went home and recruited, like I said, 9, had 18. By the next month, I added a few. My team added a few. September came. I hit director with 27 people on my team. We never fell back. I've been paid at title since the day I began this business. Not to take away from anyone that may have fallen back, but I always had the push of, I need to hit this. I want to hit this. What's next? What am I going to do next? Who do I need to show up for today? Where do I need to be? Who's going to promote? I need to reach out. I need to talk to them. You know, I need to help them. I need to drill into their downline and help their downline. And I promise you, the more people you help, what is Orville saying? The bigger star you are. what's the saying? I don't even know now, but I promise you it's going to make a bigger difference to so many people, but it's going to make the biggest impact in your business. The more people you help is only going to rise all those boats, which is going to just keep pushing you up and up and up and higher and higher. So just help and help and help.
So true. I mean, you are the shining example of what you just said, because all of the people that you promoted, all the directors that you just mentioned in your group last month, it's because of you. Because of the things that you do, the things that you share, the ideas that you throw out there, everything that comes to your mind, you're passing it on to others, not just your group, but everyone within Scentsy. So thank you. Huge thank you for that. And thank you again for coming on tonight. It's a huge, huge honor. Hopefully it helped you guys. I'll get you the recording so you can send it to your team as well.
Thank you.
And everybody have a fabulous night. Thank you again for listening and coming on tonight. We appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.